It's how you say it, preferably with a British accent and a cigar, but that's optional. Now, it's your turn to channel your inner Churchill. What's your "we shall fight on the beaches" speech? What message do you need to deliver with a Churchill-like impact? Take a few seconds to craft your opening line. And remember, starting with 77 years ago is cheating. We may have stumbled, but we will rise stronger. Our mission isn't just to connect devices, it's to connect people. And maybe, just maybe, to finally figure out why the printer never works on the first try. As Marcus found his voice, he felt a new energy coursing through his team. But in the rapidly changing tech world, communication alone isn't enough. You need to be able to adapt and innovate. And no one embodies this better than our next leader. A man so ahead of his time, he made science fiction writers look unimaginative. Leonardo da Vinci, the original Renaissance man. Painter, sculptor, architect, engineer, and the guy who made every other genius in history look like they were slacking off. Da Vinci's notebooks were filled with ideas centuries ahead of their time. Flying machines, tanks, robots. It's like he binge-watched all of sci-fi and then said, "Hold my grape juice, I've got some inventing to do." We need to innovate, but how? I can barely draw a stick figure, let alone invent the next Mona Lisa of tech. Like Da Vinci, Marcus needed to tap into his creative side. But how do you think outside the box when you can't even find the box? Observe everything. Yes, even that weird stain on the office carpet. Question assumptions. Why can't pigs fly? Why is the sky blue? Why does Karen from accounting always heat fish in the microwave? Make connections between unrelated ideas, like combining a toaster and an alarm clock, waking up to the smell of burning. Time to unleash your inner Da Vinci. What's a problem you're facing? How can you approach it from a completely new angle? Take a moment to sketch out your wildest idea. And no, hire actual geniuses to do my job doesn't count. Marcus. What if we combined our app with a toaster? No, wait, hear me out. It's a smart toaster that also manages your schedule. Wake up to perfectly toasted bread and a daily agenda. As Marcus embraced his creative side, he realized that true innovation often comes from the most unexpected places. But having great ideas is only half the battle. To truly change the world, you need to inspire others to follow your lead. And for that, we're heading underground to meet a leader who turned the impossible into a movement. Harriet Tubman, the ultimate escape room champion of the 19th century. While most of us struggle to find the exit in a mall, she led hundreds to freedom through the Underground Railroad. Born into slavery, Tubman didn't just break free. She came back, again and again, to help others. It's like if your Uber driver escaped a dystopian future and kept returning to save more passengers. How do I inspire my team to follow me when I'm not even sure where we're going? Like Tubman, Marcus was learning that true leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Empower others to succeed. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll wonder why you didn't just use the Underground Railroad. Narrator. Time to channel your inner Tubman. Think of a time when you had to lead others through a difficult situation. How could you have applied Tubman's principles? Take a moment to reflect on how you can be a better servant leader. And no, serving yourself an extra slice of cake doesn't count. Marcus. I realize I've been distant lately. I want to understand your challenges better. Let's tackle this problem together, as equals. As Marcus embraced servant leadership, he felt a new bond forming with his team. But even the most cohesive team can fall apart under pressure. For our next lesson in leadership, we're marching back in time to meet a man who turned the impossible into just another Tuesday. Hannibal Barca, the guy who looked at the Alps and said, "I bet I can get elephants over that." Spoiler alert, he did. Hannibal actor. I will either find a way or make one. Hannibal didn't just think outside the box. He stomped on the box with an elephant. His crossing of the Alps is like if Columbus had decided to reach America by tunneling through the Earth's core. We've tried everything, unless... No, that's crazy. But then again, so was taking elephants over the Alps. Like Hannibal, Marcus was learning that sometimes the best solution is the one that seems impossible at first glance. Embrace the crazy ideas. If it doesn't sound a little insane, you're not thinking big enough. Plan meticulously. Yes, even the what if we encounter a Yeti scenario. Adapt on the fly, because even the best plans rarely survive contact with reality or mountain ranges. Your turn to be the elephant in the room. What's a challenge you're facing that seems impossible? How would Hannibal approach it? Take a moment to brainstorm your wildest solution. And remember, actual elephants are optional. Marcus, what if we pivot entirely? Instead of fixing our app, we turn our bug into a feature. We're not a failed tech company. We're now a digital abstract art generator. As Marcus channeled his inner Hannibal, he realized that true innovation often lies just on the other side of impossible. But even the boldest ideas need a solid foundation. For our final lesson, we're sailing across the Atlantic to meet a queen who turned a small island nation into a global superpower. Queen Elizabeth I, the original girl boss who turned England from a Brexit-sized mess into a global superpower, all while rocking a rough collar that would make any Instagram influencer jealous. Elizabeth actor. I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too. Narrator. Lizzie didn't just break the glass ceiling. She shattered it and used the shards to bedazzle her crown. She was a master of delegation, turning courtiers into a Renaissance version of middle management. Like Elizabeth, Marcus was learning that a true leader's strength lies in building a kick-ass team. It's not about being a one-person show. It's about being the world's best casting director. Identify individual strengths. No, being the office coffee run champion doesn't count. Delegate wisely. Give people room to shine, not enough rope to hang themselves. Foster loyalty. Beheading is no longer an acceptable HR practice. Time to channel your inner tutor. Think about your team or group. How can you better delegate and utilize everyone's strengths? Take a moment to plan your royal court of talent. And no, you can't banish that one annoying coworker to the Tower of London. Marcus. Sarah's great with numbers. Tom's a people person, and Raj can code in his sleep. If we reshuffle responsibilities, we might just have a dream team. As Marcus embraced the art of delegation, he felt the weight lifting from his shoulders. But our leadership journey isn't over yet. For our grand finale, we're taking to the skies with a woman who proved that the only limits are the ones we set for ourselves. Amelia Earhart, the woman who looked at the sky and said, "Challenge accepted." She didn't just break records. She broke stereotypes at 36,000 feet. Earhart actor. The most effective way to do it is to do it. Narrator. Amelia didn't just fly planes. She soared past societal expectations. It's like if someone told you the sky's the limit, and you replied, "Hold my goggles." We've come so far, but how do we take that final leap? Like Earhart, Marcus was learning that true innovation requires courage. It's about taking that step off the edge and trusting your parachute of preparation and passion. Embrace the unknown. If it doesn't scare you a little, you're not dreaming big enough. Prepare relentlessly, but know that at some point, you just have to take off. Inspire others to fly. Be the wind beneath their wings, not the lead in their fuel tank. It's your turn to take flight. What's your metaphorical Atlantic Ocean? What's the big, scary goal? You've been hesitating to pursue? Take a moment to write it down and commit to taking the first step. And no, learning to actually fly a plane is not required. Marcus. We've had setbacks, but they've made us stronger. Today, we're not just launching a product. We're starting a revolution in how people connect. Who's ready to change the world? And there you have it, folks. 10 historical leaders, 10 timeless lessons. From Genghis Khan's vision to Earhart's courage, these legends have shown us that true leadership isn't about titles or corner offices. It's about inspiring others, facing challenges head-on, and daring to change the world. As for Marcus, well, let's just say his company didn't become the next Apple or Google. It became something uniquely its own, changing the tech landscape in ways no one expected. And Marcus, he didn't just become a great CEO. He became a leader worth following. So, what's your leadership journey? Will you unite an empire like Genghis, inspire a nation like Mandela, or soar to new heights like Earhart? The choice is yours. Just remember, With great power comes great responsibility, and occasionally, a really cool hat. This has been Histomations, where the past comes alive to kick the present's butt into a better future. Stay curious, stay courageous, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be making a video about you.